The AND gate performs digital multiplication. That means when the input is A and B, the output Y is equal to A dot B. That means the digital multiplication, commonly known as AND function. The AND gate has two or more input, that A or B, two or more input, and only one or single output. The output of a AND gate is high only when all the inputs A and B are high, then the output is high. That means when A is equal to 1, logical 1, and B is equal to logical 1, then Y, the output is equal to 1. That means when A high and B input is high, then the Y is high. Even if one the inputs is low, the output is low. One of the inputs, that A or B, is low. When A low, the Y is equal to A dot B, then 0 is into 1 is equal to 0. Or when B is equal to low, that means A 1 high or B 0, that means 0. Only when A is high and B is high, then Y is high. The symbol of AND gate is that A is one input and B is one input, and then Y is the output is equal to A into B. That is the symbol of AND gate. Electrical equivalent circuit for AND gate, that is if we assume A is one switch and B is one switch, and that is a light or output. When two inputs are on or high, then the output is high. If any one of the inputs is off or low, then the output is 0 or output is off. Construction of AND gates by using diodes. A is one input and B is another input, and Y is output is equal to A into B. That connected into a supply plus VCC. Diode D1, D2. In this circuit, A and B represent the inputs and Y the outputs. When A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 0, both diodes are constructed and they are forward bias. When 2 are 0, the diodes D1 and D2 are forward bias. Then the output Y is equal to 0. When A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0. When A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 0, the diodes D1, D2 forward bias. That means the supply VCC is this way, in this way, and this is in this way, and that means there is no supply. For this, Y is equal to 0. When A is equal to 0, the diode D1 is forward bias, and B is equal to 1, the diode D2 is reverse bias, and D1 is forward bias. Then Y is equal to A1, A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1. That means Y is equal to 0. That means when a supply is connected in this way, when A is forward bias, the supply is get in this way, and there is no supply, and that blocks the supply, that is reverse bias. In another hand, when A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 0, the supply is not in this way, that D1 is equal to reverse bias and D2 is equal to forward bias. That means Y does not have any supply. That means Y is equal to 0. That Y is equal to A dot B, A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1. That means Y is equal to 0. When both A and B inputs are 1, that means D1 is equal to reverse bias and D2 reverse bias. D2 is also reverse bias. That means Y is equal to 1. That means Y gives the input. Clear? When A is 1 and B is 1, that means when A is high and B is also high, that means D1 and D2 both are reverse bias. That means they cannot pass the supply, and then Y get the supply. Then Y is equal to 1. That means Y is high, that is 1. From this we get the truth tables of AND gate. That means truth tables for AND gate. A, B 2 inputs and Y 1 outputs. Inputs 2 input and 1 output. When A and B both are low, Y is 0, low. When A high, B low, Y is low. When A low, B high, Y is low. When both are high, then we get the output is high. That's the truth table for AND gate. AND gate. For revision, symbol of AND gate is that electrical equivalent circuit is that when A, B 2 are high, then output is high. Construction for AND gate using diode is that 2 diode, one and D1 and D2, and VCC is the supply, and one Y is A into B. A is one output and B is another output. In this circuit, A and B represent the inputs and Y is the output. When A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 0, both are the diodes constructed and they are forward bias, and hence output Y is equal to 0. Both are forward bias and hence output Y is 0. When A and B, A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1, diode D1 is forward biased, D1 is forward bias, that's D1, and that's the diode D2. D1 is forward bias and D2 is reverse bias. Then Y is equal to 0. A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1, that Y is equal to 0. When A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1, the diode D1 does not conduct and D2 conducts. D1 does not conduct, that's D1 does not conduct and D2 conducts. Then Y also 0. That's A into B, 1 into 0, 0. When A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1, both the diodes D1, D2 does not conduct. Then D1 does not conduct and also D2 does not conduct. Then we get Y is equal to 1 or high value. Truth table for AND gate. Inputs A, B and output Y. Input, when both inputs are 0, the output is 0. And when one input or B is 1 and A is 0, then we get Y is 0. When A is 1, B is 0, we get 0. When both inputs are high, we get high output. That means when A1, B1, then we get Y is equal to 1.